Hey you guys, this is Renee from BowBeautyBlog.com. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. And I'm really excited about these new insoles I got. Yes, I am really freaking excited about shoe insoles. I mean, I don't know how many of you get excited about that kind of thing, but when you have constant foot problems and knee problems, then it really makes you like so happy when you find something that actually really works. Well, let me go back. Years and years ago, I started doing bodybuilding natural, no drugs or anything like that, and ended up with my right knee hurting just like constantly. Then my left knee started hurting, and it was so bad that we would go like try to play tennis or anything, and I could barely walk because my knee hurt like so freaking bad, and I couldn't even stand on one leg because that knee just it freaking hurt. I mean, oh my god. So I went to see an orthopedic specialist and had x-rays done, all that kind of stuff, and was diagnosed with chondromalacia patella, which basically, you know, my knee was wearing out, you know, the cartilage was wearing down, all that kind of stuff. So I was sent to physical therapy, and turned out my foot was overpronating, which really sucked because my hip flexor muscles were too weak. Which means
pronating.
Oh, pronating. Yeah, I just said my foot was overpronating.
Oh,
okay, pronating. Your foot turns, like overpronation, your foot turns one way too much. Then it just basically means when you're walking, you're not walking straight. You know, you're walking like this or like this. You know, it's just your foot isn't, you know, connecting with the ground the way it should. So anyway, was caused by weak hip flexor muscles, which in turn was making my knee hurt really bad. So after weeks and weeks and months of physical therapy, it started, you know, feeling a lot better. And, you know, I could start doing the physical therapy exercises at home. Well, fast forward, you know, as soon as one thing gets corrected, then it seems like it's another thing. It's like the older you get, the more you start to fall apart, and that really sucks so bad. And so anyway, I never had any surgeries till I got older, and then it seems like there's one every year. And then sciatica, oh my god, it's just ridiculously awful. So I started learning stretches for that, because I cannot stand taking medications or drugs or pills. I just can't stand it. It just, I don't like feeling funny, and I just, you know, I like my liver. So anyway, moving forward, you know, I started running, you know, a little over a year ago. And so I'm doing longer distances, anywhere from like 8 miles during the week, and then I do 10 miles on Fridays because, you know, I have the weekend to recover. And so then I started getting up like every morning. I'd get out of bed and my left heel hurt so freaking bad. I mean, I could barely stand. It was like horrible. I couldn't hardly walk. So I'd like walk on my toes on my left side, and it sucked. And then one day, you know, I realized, I'm like, oh crap, this is plantar fasciitis. You know, I'm like, oh my god. So of course I look it up, and yep, plantar fasciitis. So that really sucked balls. I mean, like I said, if it's not one thing, it's another. It's like, it's always something. So I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. I've got to, you know, run and exercise to stay healthy, because I like to eat, and, you know, I don't want to have like high cholesterol or die really soon or anything like that. And I'm paranoid because I used to be a coroner, and so, well, deputy coroner. And so you really, you know, when you see so much, you really care about your health and your fitness. So I was not going to stop running, and not going to stop, you know, I was not going to let this plantar fasciitis defeat me. So there's no way in hell I'm going to let that stop me from being the best I can be and being healthy. So I started trying all sorts of insoles, even trying different shoes. So I've tried, you know, your regular insoles, you know, and it looked like this, and they didn't really do much. I mean, they cushioned my feet. They didn't do much. And so then I tried these right here. They're like partial insoles, because the packaging specifically said for plantar fasciitis, although I'm not quite sure how a partial one would do that. It does come down to here, so it does have, you know, somewhat of an arch support. And that still didn't quite do the trick. And then I had the chance to partner with Agony of DaFeet. And oh my god, you guys, I mean, the first thing that came to my mind after I tried these was, so finally, you don't have to suffer agony of defeat just from having agony of defeat, as in your feet, right? So that's really cool. They look like, well, I've been wearing them in my shoes for like several days now, like on 8-mile runs and a 10-mile run yesterday. And even Jerry got this pair. I have not let him wear these yet because I wanted to show them to you guys. So he was able to try on my shoes because coincidentally we both have the same shoe size. So he even thought they were comfortable, and he can't wait for me to get done with this video so he can actually use these insoles. But this is what they look like when they're not in your shoes. And they're really kind of cool looking. I mean, they're really sporty looking. I like the bright lime green. I think they have red ones too. But it's Agony of DaFeet Extreme Comfort is what these are. And they are, you get relief from plantar fasciitis, which is awesome. Shin splints. I have not had a problem with that yet. Knock on wood. And runner's knee. So there's two things right there that it relieves. And corrects flat feet overpronation, which is awesome for me because that is what started this whole problem with my feet and my knees, you know, my hips and all that to begin with, and fallen arches. And also they, let me show you the different parts of them. Right here, there's these, they're kind of bumpy and they're like kind of soft, kind of like silicone-y like feeling. Like, I don't know if it's rubber or some kind of gel or what, but this part, it's got like shock absorption right here where the, in your heel and where the balls of your feet are. And this part right here, it's like a harder right here. And this part supports your balance and helps stabilize your foot. And there's also ventilation in it. As you can see, you know, it's like a fabric, so it helps prevent heat buildup. So really, really, really amazing. They come in several different sizes, but you can get the perfect fit because, as you can see, I don't know if you can see on here, but there's little grooves. So you order the corresponding size to your shoe size, and if they don't fit in your shoe perfectly, you can trim them to fit. So trim off just a little to begin with if you need to, because you can always trim off more if you haven't made it small enough. I didn't have to trim mine. I wear a size 10 in women's, and these fit my shoes absolutely perfectly. So the main thing you want to do is remove your other insoles, you know, that were already in your shoes, because these have absolutely awesome arch support. And when I first put these in, it was prior to an 8-mile run. And I kind of walked around, you know, put them in my shoes, walked around the house for a little bit just so I could get used to the wear of them. Now I'm going to go ahead and tell you, every time I get new shoes or try out new insoles, while I'm running or working out, my feet do tend to get a little bit sore as they're adjusting to the newness. But the real, you know, thing is the real where I can tell the difference is afterwards. Now, after I did a 10-mile run yesterday and I took my shoes off, my feet did not hurt. Usually, as soon as I'm done with a run, I take my shoes off, my heels hurt, every part of my feet hurt, and I have to ice them. And I finished 10 miles yesterday, got home, took my shoes off, and I didn't even think about it. I took my shoes off, ran to the back, you know, so that I could change my clothes, get out of my sweaty clothes, peel them off, more like it. And I didn't even think about it. It didn't even occur to me, you know, go ice your feet, because they weren't hurting. And it was very strange. And then Jerry and I were eating dinner. Yeah, we eat supper, you know, about 2 a.m. yesterday. And so anyway, we're eating supper and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, oh, my feet are starting to hurt. And it just occurred to me to, oh my God, they haven't hurt like all day since I got done with my run. There was like no pain whatsoever. It was like a good, 8 hours after my run that I started noticing even a little bit of pain in my heels. So that was just so amazing that I know I got that good of arch support to help prevent, the problems with the plantar fasciitis. And also I haven't had to ice my knees. So that's really, really awesome. So I'm so excited to have found these. And oh my gosh, if you have any feet problems at all, you really need to try these. They're the Agony of DaFeet Extreme Comfort. And I will leave a link down below so that you can get these. And I mean, run and get these. If you have feet problems, I mean, seriously, you've got to try these. They're better than any of the other ones I've ever tried. And I swear, I don't even know if I'm going to let Jerry have these, because when mine wear out, I might steal his from him, or I could just sneak and replace them and switch them. But I don't think these are going to wear out as quickly as some of the others. They just seem to be made a lot better and be a lot more supportive. So they're just way more high quality than many of the others I've tried. So definitely give them a try. And I promise you won't regret it. You probably won't regret it at all. Because your feet are going to be feel so much better, and your feet will thank you, I promise. So don't forget to check out the link below so you can check out these awesome Agony of DaFeet insoles. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you on our next video.